Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show here on Vic and Vern Sports Chat. My name is Vic, and hey, listen, you got a few things to get into this morning. I see there's some people in there in the house. Cool, man. Great stuff. Get to that afterwards. There you go. So that's what's coming up on this Thursday, the 2nd of April, 2026. Gee, it's already April. People are already thinking about Christmas. It's unbelievable the way things are going. We still got a World Cup to play between, man. Relax, relax. We'll talk football, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, rugby, of course, EuroLeague basketball. We'll mention the NCAA, don't you worry. Email on top as per usual. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. We are moving towards 149,000. Nice stuff there. Not the biggest and longest show today. There's not such a lot going on at the moment. But let's have a look at those. UEFA Women's Champions League results. Bayern Munich beat Manchester United 2-1 and went through 5-3 on aggregate, so they are in the semi-finals where Arsenal will meet them as well. They did lose to Chelsea 1-0 last night, but they went 3-2 on aggregate. Very, how do you say, feisty game there. The coach of Chelsea got sent off. Look, it's a London derby in the Champions League. It wasn't peaceful, put it that way. It wasn't peaceful. Then tonight, Barcelona will take on Real Madrid, but it is a 6-2 aggregate at the moment for Barcelona, so you do not expect anything else than Barcelona thrashing Real Madrid again. And Lyon will take on Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg lead there 1-0 on aggregate. So Women's Champions League. No other men's football today. Let me quickly look into the chat while we have a little bit of time there. What a game from Amelia Kerr against the Proteas last night. Was that women's cricket? You got to help me out there, Kiwi Rob. You've got to help me out. Women's cricket, okay. All right. I haven't got that one on the radar today. I'll be very, very honest. Some EuroLeague basketball last night live on this channel. Upset Bayern Munich beating table toppers. Fenerbahce 85-76. That's the third loss in a row for Fenerbahce. What is going on there? Then this evening you got Zalgiris Barcelona, Hapoel against Panathinaikos. That's a big one. Dubai, Monaco. All the playoff teams are hitting each other. But we are going to be doing the Belgrade Derby, maybe the most feistiest basketball derby in the world. Red Star Belgrade against Partizan Belgrade. Vern will be doing that one. That should be an epic clash. So we look at the tables there in the EuroLeague. Yeah, look. Fenerbahce is still out on top, but if Olympiacos and Real Madrid win tonight, they could be ahead of them because the difference on points there and stuff like that, or how do you say it, the basket difference is in favor of Olympiacos and Real Madrid. So not good for Fenerbahce at the moment. Look, the top 10 make the playoffs at the moment. It's still Red Star and Monaco. Got to be careful because Hapoel Tel Aviv, Dubai, Milan are all still hovering and waiting for people to make mistakes. So let's see what happens there. Then we move on to more basketball. That was the NBA last night. And let me just put that out there for you guys. There you go. So NBA last night. Why did I miss that screen? Look, playoffs are upon us. It's about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks away from the playoffs. I can't quite remember when the playoffs start. I think they start in the first week of May. I think it's the end of April, beginning of May that they start. But look, we had some good games there last night. The 76ers beating the Wizards 153-131. I mean, 284 points in a basketball game. Hell of a lot. Paul George had 39 for the 76ers. The Nuggets, the Hawks beating the Magic 130-110. The Celtics thrashing my Miami Heat 147-129. Jaylen Brown with 47 points there and 7 assists. The Knicks took care of the Grizzlies 130-119. The Kings had no problems with the Raptors 123-115. The Pacers beat the Bulls 145-126. Not a good result for the Bulls there. Pascal Siakam, top dog for the Pacers with 25 points. The Rockets took care of the Bucks 119-113. The Nuggets beat the Jazz 130-117. Jamal Murray with 37 points there. And the Spurs had no problems with the Warriors, 127, 113. Victor Wembanyama with 41 points, 18 rebounds and 3 blocks. I got to mention for the Warriors, Yurt7. Yes, Yurt7. We know him very well from the EuroLeague last year. He had 17 points and 8 rebounds for the Warriors. So Yurt7 doing really well there in the NBA. Let's have a look at the standings because we know a lot more now. If we look at the East, the beast of the East is still the Detroit Pistons. Looks like they'll keep that number 1 spot. They've played 76 games, so they've got 6 games to go with a 4-game lead over the Boston Celtics. So I think Detroit will keep the number 1. Boston will stay 2. Knicks in 3rd at the moment, followed by Cleveland, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. It's still open there, all the way from the Heat to maybe the Philadelphia 76ers. They can all still jockey for positions. We do know that the bottom 5 are not making the playoffs. Then we look at the West. Well, there Oklahoma's lead has gone down to 2 points ahead of the Spurs. The Spurs are on a 10-game winning streak at the moment, followed by the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Rockets, and the Timberwolves. We know that the Clippers, the Trailblazers, and the Golden State Warriors are going to be in the play-ins. It does look like that. Look, if the playoffs started tomorrow, it would be the Nuggets against the Rockets. That's not a playoff matchup I want, because I want both those teams to get actually to the conference finals. But look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, those NBA playoffs. Then 3 games in the NHL last night. The Canucks beat the Avalanche 8-6. Must have been a nice game with a lot of goals there if you're in the stadium. The Blues losing to the Kings 2-1, and the Ducks got beaten by the San Jose Sharks 4-3. Let me have a look at the chat quickly once again, just to make sure that I'm getting everything. Vern is in there, NA is in there, Marnus is in there. Oh, there you go. Good morning, good morning. Let's have a look at that NHL. The playoff pictures there. Let's start with the East. Look, Sabres, Lightning, and Canadiens are going to go through in the Atlantic. Carolina, Pittsburgh, Penguins, and the New York Islanders leading the Metropolitan at the moment. Your 2 wildcard teams are the Bruins and the Columbus Blue Jackets. But the Senators, the Red Wings, the Flyers, and the Capitals are all in the hunt. I don't think the other teams have got a chance. Lots to play for, still lots to play for there in the NHL in the East. Let's go to the West. Well, we know the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars are 100% in the playoffs. Looking good for the Minnesota Wild. Then we have the Ducks, the Oilers, and the Knights out of the Pacific. That's looking good. Utah Mammoth in a good position there in the wild card. The Kings, the Sharks, the Predators, the Winnipeg Jets, the Kraken, and maybe the St. Louis Blues still fighting there for that second wild card spot. We do know that the Vancouver Canucks are done for the season. They have been eliminated. Major League Baseball, boys. Lots to get into in the Major League Baseball. Now, let me wooze off because I've got to get through these. There you go. So the St. Louis Cardinals beat the New York Mets 2-1. The Chicago Cubs beat the LA Angels 6-2. The Arizona Diamondbacks took care of the Detroit Tigers 1-0. I can't imagine sitting through a baseball game for like 3.5 hours on a 1-0 score. The Yankees beat the Seattle Mariners 5-3. The San Francisco Giants got destroyed by the San Diego Padres 7-1. Oakland Athletics losing to the Atlanta Braves 5-1. And the Texas Rangers lost to the Baltimore Orioles 8-3. Pittsburgh Pirates took care of the Cincinnati Reds 8-3 as well. Then, a little bit more to come there. The Nationals, that's the Washington Nationals losing to the Philadelphia Phillies 6-5. Colorado Rockies beating the Blue Jays of Toronto 2-1. The White Sox, the Chicago White Sox, got thrashed by the Florida Marlins 10-0. Tampa Bay Rays losing to the Milwaukee Brewers 8-2. The Boston Red Sox, the worst team in baseball at the moment, losing to the Astros 6-4. The Twins lost to the Kansas City Royals in a battle of home runs there, 9-13, and the Guardians beat the LA Dodgers 4-1. Let's have a look at the standings at the moment. Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. The Red Sox, the White Sox. Where's Naked Wayne? Maybe they got to give him their sock, because if you're the Sox in your name, you're terrible at the moment. And the Oakland Athletics as well at the bottom there. top dog in that division is the New York Yankees, baby. The Yankees, or as some people call them, the Skankies. They're on top there. Then in the National League, you got the Marlins on top of the East. You got the Brewers on top of the Central Division, and you got the LA Dodgers on top of the West. Yeah, there you know, it's early going. I mean, they only have to play 1,800 miler. I think it's like 172 or 176 regular season games, so a hell of a long way to go. So many things can change there. Don't forget, on this weekend there is, of course, the NCAA Final Four men and women's tournaments, both coming up on the weekend. The men on Saturday, the men on Sunday, the women on Saturday. If you want to know more about that, join me later today for Across the Pond. Update on everything North American. We'll deep dive into the college playoffs. That'll be a big segment today. We'll talk a little bit of NASCAR. There was IndyCar on the weekend, so we'll be talking about that. For all my cricket lovers out there, I did put it up there. There was one game in the IPL there, in the the Indian Premier League of cricket. The Lucknow Super Giants losing out to the Delhi Capitals. Delhi Capitals winning by 4 runs. I'll put out the table. Doesn't say a lot because every team has only played one. But the Rajasthan Royals are officially top of the table at the moment. Then this evening, guys, live with me at 8:15. It's the darts. It's Premier League Night 9. It is in Manchester. Michael van Gerwen will face off against Stephen Bunting in the quarterfinals. Luke Humphries will take on Gervin Price. Luke Littler will take on Jean Van Veen in a replay of the World Championships finals. And Johnny Clayton will take on Josh Rock. Josh Rock getting his first points last week. What can he do there? Then obviously the semi-finals and the finals, all to be watched and listened to on this channel tonight. There you go. Let me plug that. That's what's coming up. Night 9 of the darts. Don't forget this weekend, big Investor Cup quarterfinals, Champions League of rugby, basically. There you go. Which ones would I want to watch if I'm going to? The Warriors, the Bulls, Toulon Stormers, and I think Bordeaux against the Tigers and Toulouse against the Bears. Those are the big 4 games to check out for. We will be doing some of them. So hit the notification button so you get informed what's coming on. There is the second division, the Challenge Cup, which is kind of equal to like the Euro League in football. Connacht will take on my Sharks. Should be a good one. Chiefs against Munster. That's an interesting one. Ulster Ospreys. Yeah, good games coming up. There is no URC this weekend. There is nothing like that. But that is the Japanese Rugby League will be on this weekend. Let's have a look at those games. That is what's coming up this weekend. Some good games there to watch. So check that out. That's kind of the morning show this morning. I told you it would be short and sweet. Not a lot getting on. Let me just quickly get back into the chat here. I've put it on my phone this morning not to get any interruptions. You never know, what happens. And then when I wanted to go quickly to get into the chat, it takes forever, ever. But guys, enjoy your day on this beautiful Thursday. I mean, for some people, Thursday is almost over there. Kiwi Rob in New Zealand, it must be about 7:15 in the evening now, almost on the way. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we do have Super Rugby on the channel with me. Live games there. Let me have a look quickly. Put that out there for you guys. There you go. Crusaders against Drua tomorrow with me, so check that out. Look, Crusaders should be the favourites there, but you never know. It is rugby, it is sports, everything is possible. So join me for that tomorrow morning. Guys, you have a wonderful day. Enjoy, stay safe, and see you tomorrow. Auf Wiedersehen, baby.